Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So this is going to be part 3. What I've done now is I started on the brakes today because Amir is working another job, a fountain that we're putting up in the. We've put the fountain up, but we need the pump working. So he's been working on that today, and I've been working on the brakes on the car. Now the cables were there, the cable brakes obviously, on a pivot. The front ones, believe it or not, all of the brakes are actually in place. Which surprised me. I didn't think it would be, but the front brakes are the only ones that had the outer cables. We might be able to replace the inners because obviously they're frayed, and if we can do that and use the outer cable and springs and clamps, then we'll put it back onto cables because the pivot's there and it works, and if not, then I'll make it into a hydraulic system. I'll put a master cylinder in with a reservoir and use double acting pistons and possibly mini or something like that. I can make it work, but yeah, they're in quite a poor state, so I've been working on them today. We had a little bit of an issue with we tried to put the car into gear with the wheels off the ramp. Obviously I've jacked it all up, and there was a bit of a crunch, and I thought, oh no, my god, it snapped. It was quite a metallic bang. It was actually the Bendix on the starter motor had jammed. Now I'm fairly sure, looking at Steve, who has a DS3 shooter, I think it's called, really good channel, guy in Belgium. He has a U23, and he was on about the starters on these, and I think there was 6 volt originally, and we're using a 12 volt battery, but massively reduced. It's a real old shitty one. So we thought, well, there's not as much power in it, so we're probably going to have to go to a 6 volt. So it's probably pushing the starter a bit too fast and a bit too hard. So I'll show you how the brakes look on this thing. They're obviously cable brakes, and there is no cable to the rear at the moment, but there is cable on the front there, you can see. Obviously it's pretty frayed and knackered, but what we're going to do is I can buy some steel cable if the outers will work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to strip these down, take the 2 front outers. There's nothing on the back unfortunately, but we can maybe make something, and see if we can't get them clean enough inside to pull the cable through them, put new cable in. Excuse me. And as you can see, there's the pivot system there from the brakes, and then here inside you can see, look, the back ones are at the top and the front ones are at the bottom, so they work on that pivot there. But I'm stripping the whole thing down anyway, so we're going to try where possible to try and keep them on the cables. They're not as efficient obviously as hydraulic. If that doesn't work out for some reason, then what I could do is make it a hydraulic system. And basically what I'd do is where this pivot point here is, I'd put a double acting cylinder on that, but it means then buying a master cylinder and so on and so forth. But there are different options we could use for it for sure. So, and I haven't got the other side off yet. The other thing, I just checking this earlier. I'll just go up on this step here and show you. I was looking at this yesterday and I was thinking, I wonder what this situation was here. You can see this little tube that's been made, and then there's a line going down, very small line going down into the box. And at first I didn't realise, I thought maybe it was some kind of fill up hole or whatever, but what it is actually a drip feed. There was obviously some kind of plunger put in there to push the oil down to sit and lubricate, drip feed possibly the thrust bearing, right? And I should imagine it's just carbon or something, or it wouldn't be a bearing as it is in a modern car. So what I've got, I collected years ago. I was in a scrapyard and I found this sitting on the side. I don't know what it was. It was obviously off some kind of machine, and I found this thing. What it actually does, I don't know, but you see it's got this oiler on the top here, a drip feed oiler. You can see it drops down into it. So what I'll do is I'm going to put this on, and that'll drip feed onto there. We're going to take the box out and the engine out and everything anyway, so But this is some kind of system. I don't know. It's like a press of some kind. What it actually does, I don't know. But that little oil, that little brass oil, will look nice on there. But we'll check that's what's going on there. So what I'm going to do now is attempt to get these outer brake cables off and see if it's possible to. We could drop them in some in our wash tank and see if that'll lubricate them up or loosen them up enough that we could use them, and we'll go from there. It would be nice to keep the system if we could, make it a bit more original. But as I say, we took that cover off there so we could see the pressure plate and everything, and it works fine. You can see it operating. So yeah, but I have to take it all apart anyway. So, as I say, the back end's done. So what I'll do now is work on these brakes, and then we're going to put these deep dish ones on the back. I've changed them over. They look like it's almost like they've been made. That wheel's been reversed. See how it's been welded in here? That's been cut off, and then this spider's been put on the other way around. So they're the same wheel. It's just been reversed. Because somebody's, oh my God, what have they done on the back of this one? Oh, have you seen this? Amir, have a look at this. I didn't even notice this. Oh my God, look at this. Look.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, no wonder they don't.
Some artist.
Jesus Christ. Why is he put, he's put them on because they were fouling maybe. Yeah, but you can see what they've done there. They've cut these off. There's the original plate there. They've cut them off and then reversed it to make them look like wide wheels. I mean, why would you even bother? They're obviously not. I don't know. Some people have some cranky ideas. And he's put that on to balance it? Yeah. Jeez, I mean, look at the weld in it. It's absolute chicken shit. You know? I mean, I thought the exhaust was bad, but this is even worse. Oh my God. Anyway, so as you can see, even the keyway is missing out of this. I'll have to make a keyway for it. And I can get those cleaned up and get them skimmed on a lathe. The front ones are good because they were actually semi-working. So, yeah. So what I need to do is once we check this gearbox out now I'm going to take all the wheels off. The wheels are all off the ground. Take all the wheels off, check everything, see what we've got, what we haven't got. And, you know, the things like these shock absorbers and stuff like that, I can easily find something very similar to a mini one then. Yeah, and we're just going to go from there. I'll show you once we've got it running again, and we'll try it, put it in gear, and go through all the gears and just see. But I need to clean the area where the gearbox level is and just check there is something. So this is the brake cable. I've took the mounting off the back, and what they've done here is this bit obviously sits here and it's pulled through. That bit sits on there and lifts up the shoe up and down as the cable pulls on it. But what they've done here is they've got this clevis on it and this spring, and like you can see from there, sorry about the camera, you can see from there that that's been mushroomed over the top. I thought it was maybe a little C-clip, but it's not. You remember, this is pre-war. What they've done is they've put a small wash on it and then they've mushroomed the end. So what they've done then is put this little safety clamp on it here. So you take this out, this split pin, and get it out. Take that out, which takes that off and allows it to hook in there. Sorry. Allows it to hook in there but not come out. Amazing. So it allows it to hook in, but it can't fall out, because obviously that's quite open, that hook on it. Very clever. Then we take that out. There we go. Okay, so you can see the system in there. You can see where the thrust bearing and everything is there. I hope you can see it. I'll try and get this light in a better position. Oh, damn. Anyway, I think hopefully you can see that. So he's going to operate the clutch, and you can see the whole mechanism moving forward. You see that? Hang on, maybe I'll put this light in here. That's better. Okay, now. So you can see it operating. And if you look, okay, when you push it forward again, you see that little bit of pipe there sticking out, which is this bit, which is this piece here. It goes all the way along and then up to here. So obviously this was some kind of plunger, and as I said, we'll use that brass thing that we have. It's obviously like a drip feed, and it's just hydrostatic drip, hydrostatic weight. So, but it all looks okay in there. But we will obviously take the engine and the box out if it runs okay, because we want to do the chassis. We want to sandblast it, but I'll send it away to have it sandblasted. I know a guy that might do it, so there we go. It works, it operates. Quite nicely too by the looks of it. Yeah, look at the fingers on the plate. So we'll give it a shot.